Hello. Welcome again to my channel. I'm excited to share this video, and I hope that you're going to find good value in the video and hope to be inspired to make some actions. So let's caption today's video: how to generate long-time money making machine. I think that works. Okay, how to generate a long-time money-making machine. The video was inspired by Naval Ravikant, a quote he tweeted and that has gone viral from one of his tweet storms. The quote states, paraphrase, that choose an industry where you can play the long-term game with the long-term people. Very profound and thought-provoking quote. And when I meditated on it, I zeroed it down to my region, Africa and Nigeria to be precise, that this is a message that is relevant to us like never before. I mean, we are in a time where people are eager to make quick money. People are interested in towing the fast lane. I mean, people just want to make quick money. And life doesn't work that way. I mean, look at the news. In the past 2 months, I'm not sure there is a month that I didn't see in the TV where there is a news about a young man killing his girlfriend for money ritual or something like that. It's so disheartening, the high level of cultism, money ritual, Ponzi schemes, corruption, internet fraud, name it. People are eager to make quick money. But look at it, just take time to look at it. I am yet to see all through history anybody who has built a lasting success that has made his money in this manner. Just look through history if you have time. Most people who have made transgenerational wealth, who have built great successes, built it operating with the long-term game mindset. And that's what I want to share with you basically on this video. Some time ago, somebody reached out to me on the internet in my Facebook account, and basically what he was saying was that he is feeling depressed, and I asked him why. He said because he has not succeeded, he has not made money, and he felt disappointed in himself. And you know, the first question I asked him was, how old are you? He said he is 21 years old. You can imagine my disappointment. Really, at 21, I was trying to fine-tune my vision for my life. I mean, 21 is basically a time where you are supposed to be making mistakes, trying out things, making mistakes, fine-tuning your life dreams, fine-tuning your life goals, you know, and trying out sorts of several things. Yes, I know people can tell you Mark Zuckerberg became successful in his early years, but really, look at it. He's still building his empire. Those people understand something, that to really build long-time generating machines, you have to think the long time. Think of how you can build something for the long time, working with people who have long-time mindsets. And that's the secret. basically. On a personal level, I have been within the Greek space for the past 2 decades. I mean, I've made my mistakes, I've made my wins, and I can tell you that I operate exactly with the same mindset. Even though I have started out very early, I did not buy my first car until I was 32. Even though I have started making money way earlier than that, started business longer than that. And you know what? Ever since I started buying cars, I have not stopped buying and changing my cars every 2 to 3 years of use consistently. Because I have this mindset that you must learn to start to do things only when you are sure that you can sustain it. Otherwise, people will laugh at you. Okay, so I've always had that mindset. I like to delay things until I'm sure that I can sustain it. Another example is that I did not start flying the plane until I was 35. And ever since I started, I never stopped flying. Now, for within the year, I traveled several times. I'm shooting this video from Qatar, Doha in Qatar. And this is not my first international trip. It's not my second, and it won't be the last for this year. We're still in September of 2024. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, that mindset. If what you believe you want to enjoy is life, I can tell you, you can still enjoy life in your late 30s. You can still enjoy life in your 40s. You can still enjoy life in your 50s. I'm telling you. Now with the recent age brackets, you can see that if you live a very good life, I can guarantee you'll probably live up to 100. So if you worked and started early in your 20s, because most people on my analytics watching me are from the 25 upward. Okay, so if you start succeeding and building for the long time from your early 20s or your mid 20s, and you build for like 2 decades, you can start, if what you feel you want to do with your life is to enjoy, you can start enjoying after compounding for like 2 decades. Okay, you can still enjoy for more than half of the years that you have lived. I mean, if you start enjoying 40s, you can still enjoy for another 30, 40, 50 years or more. Okay, that should be your mindset. The mindset of building for the long term. For people like us, we are not even thinking about ourselves alone. We are thinking of building things that will live long before us, that our children's children will still find relevance in what we are building. That should be the mindset. From the records, it is very obvious that even the Western billionaires that we read about, many of them didn't really become very successful until their 40s and their 50s. So why are you in a rush? Why are you in a hurry? Okay, the major template as far as now is concerned is to build for the long time, building with the long-term people, so you can have something to live for a longer time, compounding your wins over a long time, delaying gratification until you have built a machine that can sustain whatever lifestyle you want to live for a longer time. That is the message. Having laid all that foundation, let me share with you some steps in building a long-term money-making machine. Just in brief, number one thing you want to know or you want to do is to discover an industry where you can play for the long time. Discover an industry where you can play for the long time. Now, this is very, very important. One of the problems people have and why people fall victims of Ponzi schemes is because they disobeyed this first step. Okay, somebody just comes up somewhere and tells you, oh, you can make X money. You just put this money and that and leverage on your greed, and voila, that's gone. What you want to do is to discover an industry where you can play a long-time game and where there are people who you can play with for the long time. I'll give you an example. My industry, the agri-commodity trading industry, has existed long before the independence of my country, Nigeria. I mean, you can hear stories of cocoa trade long before the independence of Nigeria. There are people who have been into that trade for a long time. So that's a good industry. So that tells me I can play for the long term. That tells me there are people who I can play with for the long term in that industry. That's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is to pick a mentor in that industry for yourself. I mean, this is the best life hack, best money hack you can ever do for yourself. Get a mentor who has succeeded in that industry and then connect with him. Okay, I know. People always tell me it's hard to get a mentor. Most people don't like to share, in quotes, updates. Okay, but what life has taught me is that everybody has a need. If you can always appeal to people's need, you will always get their attention. Most times, people approach on a selfish basis. You just chat up somebody. I mean, some people even embarrass me. They even feel entitled about it. I want you to mentor me. And you ask some question, they feel it's their right for them to just meet up with you and ask you to mentor them, and you must oblige. It doesn't work that way, my dear. Nobody owes you anything. Okay? But whenever you can always apply, always think of a way where it's going to be a win-win for you and the mentor. I can guarantee you he will oblige you. Imagine if you study the life of the mentor, for example, and discover something that is a basic need in his business, for example, or in his lifestyle, that your own skill or your time can help him solve, like a problem you've discovered that you have a skill, or you can help him get somebody who has the skill to help him solve that problem. You are very sure that he's gonna listen to whatever you want to say. So always approach your mentor with something to offer. That's just what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be money. It can be your time, it can be your skill, but make sure you have something to offer that will help him solve problems. You will always get his attention. Okay, now having done that, the next thing you want to do is to ensure that while you are with him, you build capacity and you build capital. Take that time when you are learning from him to build capacity and build capital. Okay, be the very, very best. Ask questions, study, analyze. Most times, from what I've seen, people who are well mentored often go ahead to do better than their mentors. I'm telling you, because one advantage you have is that you will make lesser mistakes. You will learn from their own weaknesses and their own mistakes, and you will learn to avoid those mistakes. So you gain speed and you gain experience. You are learning from their own mistakes so that you can avoid those mistakes. So your losses are minimal, your chances of growing are faster, and you achieve a lot more than if you had gone in on your own without mentoring. So build capacity while you are with them. Build capital. Begin to plan for when you are going to launch out while you are with them. Okay? Then the next step is launch out. From when you meet your mentor, have an exit plan that, okay, if I'm working for him, I'm going to work for X amount of years. And I'm going to learn all that I need to learn. And while I'm working for him, I'm going to build my capital. And build, when I mean capital, it doesn't necessarily mean cash. You can build connections while you are with him. I'm telling you. And those connections can go ahead to help you after that you have left him. It has worked for him and me, and I've seen it work for many other people. I'm telling you, I've seen people who have left their mentors without, in quote, cash, but they have built structures, they have built network, and with those networks, they went ahead to build empires. I have people who I can tell you, practical aside myself, who have leveraged this and it has worked for them. Okay, so now that you build capacity, you build capital, you can now launch out to start your own. When you start, have this at the back of your mind that you are going to give it your all, and you are not going to look back at least until you have given it 2 decades of consistency. No matter what you face, make sure that you will make it work. One of the advantages of having a mentor is that it helps you to know that if this man can succeed, if I'm facing challenges, it's just me passing through. I'm going to succeed because I can see somebody ahead of me who has also succeeded. That's the advantage. So you want to go in all out for the at least 2 decades, ensuring that you have been disciplined, you delay gratification, you are compounding your wins. When wins come, you don't blow them immediately. When you get wins, reinvest them, compound them into the business, into the machine, into the venture, and keep on. Tell yourself that you will not stop to at least gratify yourself until you have neared or clocked 2 decades of building this machine. Afterwards, you can begin to enjoy yourself. Like I said, this is not my first trip for this year, and it's not the last. Okay, so I'm not telling you what I've not done. I'm telling you what I've done all my life and has worked for me, and that is a guarantee that it can work for you also if you follow the principle. And I'm also telling you, if you followed step by step all that I've said and you didn't get the results, in 20 years, anywhere you see me, I promise to give you a minimum of $200 as a compensation. But I'm sure you will be sharing your testimonies when you meet me. I hope you got value from this video. If you do, one way you can reward me is to click on the subscription button and click on the like button. Click on notification button, so that every time I upload videos like this, you will be notified. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye bye.